Tuesday's training at CrossFit Oregon City. Get your protein game up. John Northall Caps, AmericanGains.com. AN Slam all caps, Position USA. The Redfords, the Elvis, the Eastwoods, they're all fire. 10% off Northall Caps, BarbellApparel.com, as seen on Shark Tank. Denim for gym rats, as I like to say. Great jeans, great company. And 10% off VirusINTL.com, discount code SKELETON, all caps. #1 code worldwide. Look good, feel good, and train with some swagger. Join Team Do, thedarkorchestra.com. We'd love to have you. And shop theattitudination.com. Swagger, straps, book, to host a seminar, tickets for a seminar, etc. So, yeah, I'm drinking some coffee right here in my office. Actually just got done with this training session a few hours ago, and it was a grinder, but I had a lot of fun. So thanks for tuning in and watching. So this is our last week off the deficit. And this is a 2-inch deficit. Which the funny thing is these are actually the 25 kilo plates I'm standing on. And I think they're a little thicker than the blue 20 kilo plates that I usually do the deficit work off of. So I think these are a little higher. I thought that pull was a little longer today. And I'm really looking forward to, because on Monday we have 4-inch deficit in the lifts, which will be really exciting, really fun video I'll put together on that. That should be interesting. That's just Monday. Then starting next Tuesday is a new cycle. So we wanted to do a 4-inch deficit, have some fun, and see what people can do off that. And so power snatches on the 2-inch deficit here. Doing some muscle snatches. Some snatches from the hip, which I love doing. We're going to be doing a lot of those next week. So get ready for that. All the skeletons out there. I like doing muscle snatches, doing some overhead squats, getting the legs warmed up. You saw me doing a lot of bar work earlier. I'm a big believer in warming up with the barbell. And I mean, what you're seeing is how I warm up. There's no pre-warm up before I push play here. Right when we saw the video, I had the bar on my knee. That's it. I just grabbed it for the first time. Doing some snatches from the hip again. 90 kilos. And then from here, it's all just powers. Felt good today, landing on those heels, pulling under as hard as I can in these powers, especially for such a long pull. Really focusing on driving that bar back behind my head rather than up. And that's the beauty of leaning back up top. Actually, this was a miss here at 105. Really kind of threw me off. It's kind of a balancing act on the catch. I was able to stick it there. But that's the beauty about finishing back on the finish, is what I call the arched angel. Driving those hips up and through. Kind of like an uppercut, Mike Tyson uppercut. Is that after that great lean back extension, that barbell is going to catapult you through on the catch for max speed and a well-balanced, stable catch. So I'm a big believer in that. Everything's the power of opposites in weightlifting. You start back here, ready, back, over, back, through. That's the rhythm that I think about before I lift every time. Here's 120. Here's 125. And full snatch. So I tried to power that, just couldn't. So I dropped down to 20 again. And that looked like a power. I'd give it to me a little right on the line there. So I dropped down to 20. I got confident. So I've done 2 at 20. I get a little upset here. I get the Shankle blood pumping. And, just got to take off the shirt. I wrote a blog called The Shirtless Lifestyle a long time ago. You guys might have read it in my book or on the computer. And here's 122. That was the best one of the whole day right there. You get mentally up, you get a little pissed off, take the shirt off, and you look good. So here's 125, which is still low. It was a battle all day for me. I love that shirt off though. You know, you feel the breeze. There's 120. I kind of hold it there just for fun. And so yeah, getting a lot of reps at 20. See, every time I go back down to 20 and when I can't make 25. So here's 23. Hips through. It's a little low, but you know, I stopped it before depth. So even though some of them are below 90, as long as you're really trying and you're stopping before rock bottom death, I joke around over here. I look at the live stream and I ask if it was power, which obviously it's not. So though, you know, I'll take that. You know, 123 is what I made. Some really solid reps at 120. You know, attempted 125 a few times, ended up falling short on the power, but got some good volume, got some good reps, and I'll take it. I'll take that, especially off a 2-inch deficit. Boy, now I can't tell you how long it's been since I've done jerks off the blocks from the front here. And these muscle driver metal blocks, whatever you call them, they are noisy as hell. I wish you would have heard with the volume on. It's like 2 cars crashing into each other when I drop those weights. The jerk is my weakness. Everyone knows that. But for some reason, I've always been extremely horrible jerking off the blocks. It's crazy to think throughout my whole entire career, my best jerk off the blocks is 175 when I've clean and jerked 200. So that's pretty insane. I've always been bad at them. Glenn used to always make fun of me. I used to get shit from my teammates. I mean, there'd be a day where I'd clean and jerk 190 in training and couldn't even jerk 160 off the blocks, you know, 20 minutes later. So it's been a struggle. You know, I don't know. I just like the clean to jerk rhythm, the timing of it. It's rhythmatic to me. I work well off that. But when I have to go cold turkey like this, I always struggle. But this is what's so good about following a program. You know, when I write these programs that Jared Enderton and the other coaching staff on team do, is I really truly write them just as a coach. I don't think about myself at all. I really do. And I asked Jared to check me. I'm like, hey, you know, hold me accountable. And so even though I help write these programs, of course, you know, they're for my athletes. And so when I'm doing this program, I'm just doing the program. And that's what's great about following a program, is that you turn your mind off and you just do it, right? Because if I was writing my own program, I'd never do these. That's a pretty nice one right there. You know what I'm saying? I would never do jerks off the block. So I'm following the program and I'm doing the jerks off the block. So that's just what's great about being on a program. Turning the mind off, doing work, reacting to the training, and getting better. That was pretty sloppy. My back was tightening up on me there, and that was 150, which you know, as you heard in the Cal Strength days, my best was 175. So especially for the shape I'm in now, that was pretty tough for me, to be honest. But I dropped back down to get some work in, and you're seeing that a lot on this video. Drop down, you know, even if it's extra, you know, on that program. Drop down and get some work in. That's the bottom line. And I tell my team do athletes all the time, I mean, you want to do some extra work? Do it. You know, these athletes that, you know, I know these programs that stress sticking to the program 100%, and I just disagree. That's a better looking 40 there. You can see my heart defibrillator sticking out of my side there. And that'll be in there for life. It's a lot bigger than people think. I mean, it's a damn computer in there, but you know, get some extra work in. If the fire's hot, roast marshmallows. You know, me as a coach, I will never tell an athlete to stop or move on, or not, you know, hit another attempt. Now, if you're prepping for a meet and you're 2 weeks out, that's a different story. If the technique's so bad you might hurt yourself, that's a different story. But so I do like that philosophy of going for it. So this is just extra work. Again, you know, this is just me wanting to get some extra jerks, and I wanted to do them after the clean, plus my eardrums were about to explode from those metal blocks. And you can see that blockout's much better. I'm working on the timing of the dip and drive. And yeah, just getting some extra work in, period. It's really that simple. Cheers, I'm drinking some coffee. You can hear the ice. Yeah, this was a workout. You know, the video doesn't do any justice, but so moving on to the Enderton front squat complex. We did these last week as well. So it is about 2 to 3 second pause, 3 bounces in the bottom on the second rep, and then the third rep is just a regular front squat. And boy, I tell you, I've never been great at front squats. I'm better at the back squat. For some reason, I just don't think the front squat has that much carryover to the clean. You know, I'm good at cleaning, but I'm horrible at front squatting. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. I always have been, you know, not the best front squatter, but that's why it's good I'm doing these. But these are tough, you know, especially with the pause and the triple bounce. But I'm a huge believer in bouncing everything. If you have a problem with mobility and getting in the hole, flexibility, comfort, you'll see here coming up, stand up, and here comes the triple bounce. Everything. Here's 1/3 weight. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Everything you do. Front, back, overhead, snatches, cleans. Bounce everything. Sometimes no program's the best program. We'd love to have you on this program. Come on over to the Dark Team Do. Check out the Train Heroic app, the private Facebook page. Get on the team. Choose the program that's best for you. But let's just say that you don't want to be on a program for some reason. You know, so here's 40. Sometimes just going rogue is sometimes the best thing a beginner can do. And notice how I use that word beginner, because I do feel that a beginner sometimes needs to just go rogue and just do the lifts and have fun. And once that, you know, beginner gets better, you know, then it's time to get on a set program and be told what to do. And, you know, like we talked about earlier, just reacting. And then Tuesday's Team Do Robots program on the Train Heroic app called for RDL'S. And I'm doing these here. Off the deficit, I'm getting an extra stretch, you know, really trying. I think the weight even at times touches the floor barely. And that's just to get that extra hamstring stretch, you know, to strengthen that lower back as much as possible. And also to really stay back on the heels. I think about when I lower this weight, I focus on keeping all my weight on my heels, never the balls of the feet. And you can even see the bar almost touch my sock. It's not going straight down. You know, Paul Doherty told me everything's back in weightlifting. Even on RDL'S, I'm actually pulling that bar back into my socks. In the pull of the lifts and the finish, as you stand up, you're pushing back. You know, if you have the philosophy of, you know, everything is back, then you're going to do really well in weightlifting, in my humble opinion. By the way, I'm rocking that new C&K shirt. Shout out to Caffeine Kilos. Check them out. And done. Talking to the live stream. And having some fun here. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow for Wednesday's Team Do training. And train hard, chug coffee, love life, call a family member. You know, take the dogs on a walk, get some family time tonight. And, you know, don't forget that, you know, this is something that we love to do. But, you know, family's important. And, you know, loving life is truly a blessing. So kick ass. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And train hard. Salute.